What is up, guys? Another day at SmashweRx, hanging out at CSA. Check this out. A little powwow going on. We got Coach, who's awesome. Right, you see, throwing out the gang symbols. Jack, Jessica, Claudia, right there. She just busted it out. I'm not going to say the score because I'm not allowed to. I could tell you, but then she'd have to kill me. And then, I don't know if you know that guy right there, but I think he did all his thrusters with one hand. He just won't tell me. And sometimes we walk by and we get celebrities that come in here.
I mostly just use the bathroom.
But it's a heavy bathroom, so it's the way it works. It's a very heavy bathroom. We're gonna be talking about sciatic pain. So sciatic pain, I'm gonna tuck in right here, is when that nerve gets, I'm gonna tuck in right over here. So what happens is, with a sciatic nerve roots come out of the lumbar spine, L4 and L5 specifically, and what happens is the nerve gets either compressed up at the spine, or, here's the other part, it gets compressed by the piriformis. Now the piriformis muscle is this little two-bellied muscle, looks like this, not throwing gang symbols. That piriformis muscle, the sciatic nerve, which is about the size of your pinky, passes through that piriformis either over or under, but 9 out of 10 times it sits between it. So what ends up happening is it gets compressed and it runs all kinds of gnarly pain down the, I'm gonna get my patented camera stand. It gets all kinds of gnarly pain down the, I'll block this so Kaylin doesn't kill me. Gnarly pain down the leg, all the way down into the heel and all the way out to the toe sometimes. So the dilemma is, anytime, watch this. I'm gonna give you the instant sciatic nerve test. Watch. All you're gonna do is you're gonna stand up really tall, tuck your chin. If you get pain down the leg, you get pain into the heel, pain into the calf, or when you drop into a squat and it hurts in the leg, you got some sciatic issues. It's not a neurological issue where you need to take pills or anything like that. Usually it's an impingement problem on the nerve, and you're missing two things: the glide, and you need to relieve the pressure on that nerve. Imagine this: we're gonna take your funny bone, we're gonna smash it about 50 times on a barbell over and over again, and then we're gonna try and figure out what's going on with these fingers that are tingling all the time. Yeah, problem ain't the fingers, problem is smashing the nerve. So imagine taking the nerve that passes underneath or through that piriformis and compressing it and just chewing up that high hip and making the tissue all short and tight, clamping down on the sciatic nerve. The problem is you're gonna have all these issues with where the sciatic nerve now goes. Now here's the problem with this. Sciatic nerve controls motor function and sensory function. So you have all these issues where you can't control the tissue properly, so now your squat's jacked, right? Your double unders are jacked. Your fighting's jacked because you can't pivot off your foot. I mean, you see where I'm going with this. All the stuff doesn't work. Never mind the fact that it hurts a lot. So I'm gonna show you some super cool stuff to do. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna floss out the nerve. And what you need is a wall, and that's it. So get up against the wall. Let's see if we can do this right here. And this is the Slouch Stretch. So let's move all the way out like this. Oh, that's some cool stuff, huh? Isn't that just wicked? That's my sick camera skill. So all you're gonna do is get your feet up against the wall like this. Super easy, hand width apart. You're gonna fold your hands behind your head, and you're just gonna tuck your head, slouch. So I want you rounding out the back. So you're gonna come up real tight, feet are dorsiflex, flat against the wall, real tall, hands behind you, and you're just gonna slouch. You're gonna hang out like that, not for 2 minutes. You're gonna hang out like that for about 30 seconds. You can start with 5 seconds. If 5 seconds is just unbelievable, you're starting to get a really, really gnarly pain down the leg, start with 5 seconds. Work your way up to 30. So again, feet up against here, slouch. It's the only time I'm ever gonna tell you to slouch. That's number one. And number two is really easy. We're gonna unload that piriformis. And there's 2 ways we're gonna do it. Piriformis muscle, see if I can do this without getting too much glare so Kaylin doesn't want to kill me. I keep making reference to Kaylin. One day you'll meet him. Pretty cool dude. He was dropped in a vat of awesomeness and badassery, and that's just the way it works. Kind of like me, kind of like you. Yeah, we have all this stuff going on because we're gonna need it. So we're gonna take a band, we're gonna wrap all the way around, we're gonna do a piriformis stretch and a high hip stretch. 2 things. And then we're gonna mangle out that high hip. So the band is around the knees and around the back. You're gonna get all the way back up like this. It's like I'm doing jiu-jitsu. And then you're gonna reach underneath. So the reason we have the band is because it pulls the hip into the posterior, or pulls the femur into the posterior compartment of the hip, of that acetabulum, make it nice and snug. Otherwise we're mobilizing in a really, trying to say good words, a really crummy position. So you're gonna bring your hands all the way up underneath, and you're just gonna pull this all the way up. That's all you have to do. That's number one for the stretch. Number two is, same position, arms all the way out, roll all the way over. So I'll go this way so you can see what I'm doing. Band all the way around, all the way over, hang out like this, 2 minutes. So 2 minutes in this position, do both sides so we can even out the pelvis. And then the other one is raise the leg, pull it in. This one's a lot more aggressive. So I'm reaching under here and I'm just gonna hang out in this position for how long? 2 minutes. Those are your 2 stretches. Last one is we're gonna mobilize that high hip. So you're gonna have a grab a lacrosse ball. It's gotta be pink. If it's not pink, it's not gonna work. Grab the lacrosse ball, you're gonna tuck it into that high hip. So there's a pocket up in here. Find that spot where it's just really, really grizzly. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that is so awful. So I'm gonna, find that high hip spot. I did a lot of air complex yesterday, so my hips are lit. Brace out on the floor with your shoulder, lacrosse ball, and then you're just kicking in and out all the way, kind of seesawing and mangling away on that piriformis, and you can go higher and roll around and find all those spots that are really glued down. Once that's all done, hustle a bye-bye for your piriformis pain. That's it. Hey, listen, Trev, hanging out at CSA with the whole crew, having a good time. I'll check you guys out tomorrow. Say bye-bye to piriformis and sciatic problems.